Hello, I'm Ann Bradshaw, and we are here in the Employee Fitness Center to show you some really easy ways to do strength training with resistance bands. Resistance bands are awesome because they're light, you can carry them anywhere, you can stick them in your purse, and they are very inexpensive. So I've got a group of women here. We're going to go through biceps first. The position for biceps, the great thing about resistance bands is you can make it a lot easier or a lot harder in an instant. So starting with one foot on the band, bicep curls, you're keeping your elbows in. You don't want your elbows to come off your ribs. Now, if you want to make this a little bit easier, you do it alternate. And if you want to make it harder, you're going to take both feet on the tube, and that'll shorten the resistance band, making it much more intense, correct? Mm-hmm. If you want to make it even easier, you're going to let go of one handle, and maybe you're going to step on it a little bit different, give you a little more slack, and do one more time. Does that make it a little bit easier?
Yes.
Okay. Now to make it the hardest of all, step on it with both feet, and then step out and out, inch your feet out, and now try it. Did that get a lot harder? Mm-hmm. You bet. Okay, so that's biceps. You can also do that with weights. It's a very simple move. It's just elbow bending up, okay? Now, moving on, if you work the biceps, you want to get the back there, which are the triceps. So we're going to take the band, and you get to decide how hard it is by where you hold the band. So we're going to take it behind our back, elbow high, and extend. Okay, you want to extend facing south so they can see what's going on back there. Good. And you're just extending the elbow, getting the arm as straight as possible. And you can have your hand pretty relaxed here. Now, if you have shoulder issues, now I'm going to have you demo the press down instead, Katie. You can do a press down instead, a tricep extension down here. You have to make the resistance with your left arm, but you're pressing down. So if the overhead press bothers your shoulder, this will be a good alternative. All right? Moving on to chest and then back. The best exercise you can ever do for chest is some type of a push-up. Anybody can do a push-up. I'll demo one on a wall. And anybody of any skill can do this kind of push-up. When you're doing a push-up or some kind of a modified push-up, you're using a lot of core, which is always what you want. Okay, if you want to use a band, you can take it around your waist, and it's kind of like a bear hug. You're wrapping it around as far as you can in front, keeping your shoulders down. Another form of a push-up is to use a chair. Yes, if your ankle is higher, it's going to be a lot easier. So here she can do a push-up. It can be very, very modified. Perfect. And she's keeping her core nice and strong. Now, if she wanted to make it a little bit harder, she would be down further. So the lower you get to the floor, the harder it'll be, okay? Now we go to back. If you work the chest, you need to work the back. So with your band, you're going to step on it somewhere to get the resistance you want. So you're bending over and pulling the elbow off. You want to make sure you're bending over so we get into the back. Now, depending on where you step on that band, it's going to become a lot easier or a lot harder. And you're reaching your elbow to back, perfect. And as far as how many of these you do, how many repetitions, you do it until you can't do anymore. So it depends on what you have. If you have very light resistance, you're going to need to do a lot more repetitions. If you've got a lot of resistance, you won't have to do so many. So you want to do it until the muscle is fatigued. Okay, we doing all right? Going into lower body, outer hip with the squat is awesome with the tubing. You're going to step on the tube with both feet, and you're going to extend out to the side. Now the biggest mistake that happens here is leaning away. So you want to try to keep your chest right above your hips. You want to keep your head right above your hips as well. So try not to lean out to the side. Are you feeling that? Now relax your arms down. You shouldn't have to pull up. How does that feel? Yeah. Now you also want to keep your knees kind of bent. So the tendency is to be really stiff. You want to bend down. Okay? And you can go a little faster if you'd like to. Relax your arms. Just let your arms hang down. Nice. Now a good addition to this is adding a squat. So you're going to take it down to a squat and lift, press the leg out, and then alternate. Good. Let your arms relax. Nice. How are we doing? And again, try not to lean out. When you come up, try to be pretty upright. Nice. Now you can take the outer hip out of it and just perform squats. And on a squat, you want to make sure that your weight is back into your heels rather than forward into your knees. All right, final exercise for shoulders. Awesome exercise. Katie's going to keep both feet on, and you're going to do an upright row. Now, if that's too hard, you're going to take one foot. And that'll be a lot lighter. Now, if that's too hard to modify further, you can shorten the two and do one arm at a time. If you want to be harder than that, you could do a lateral raise, which is a big difference, isn't it? So these are some really easy exercises to do. You can do them at home, at your desk, on break, on vacation. Thanks for watching.